Hey, WTF Weekly, y'all. Seems like WACK100 is keeping it 100, man. So we heard rumors that he was going to bail out the notorious Keefe D. Well, he's standing on business. Actually, it was a court hearing today, and here's a little bit of what's going down in the news in Las Vegas. Let's go, y'all. Fair use.
Accused of murder in the 1996 death of rapper Tupac Shakur went before a judge this morning. At issue, where Dwayne Keefe D. Davis is now getting the money for his $750,000 bail. Well, News 3's Denise Rosh is live at the Regional Justice Center for us with the very latest on this case. Denise?
Yeah, LaToya, for now, Davis will remain in jail. The judge is taking this whole matter under advisement. And all of this comes after a very lengthy hearing this morning. A friend of Davis's says he is putting up the bail money. That friend is Cash Jones, also known as WACK100 in the entertainment business. He says the bail money is a gift and that he put up $112K or 15% of the $750,000 bail as required by the bondsman. But prosecutors say it's all a fraud, that Jones actually wants to make money off Davis's story, which is not allowed, according to the judge. An accused killer, she says, cannot make a profit from talking about the murder. Here's defense attorney Carl Arnold.
She did seem skeptical, as well as the state in its questioning. However, there's no contract that was signed by Mr. Davis for any movie rights. As I explained in the hearing, we get these requests almost every day in regards to some, entity wanting to do a story revolving around this case. However, nothing has been addressed. Nothing's in writing.
Now, Arnold is hoping that his client will still get out soon, possibly even tonight or tomorrow after the judge looks over all of the financial statements. Meantime, this trial is set for November. Reporting live, I'm Denise Rosh for News 3. LaToya, let's go back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks for that up.
Okay. So, yeah, WACK100 standing on business, you know what I mean? Let's see how it went, man. I have the actual court hearing. So let's see how that actually went. And you guys will notice a name that's going to be mentioned in this courtroom hearing. Actually, fuck a name. You're going to hear actual content from a certain podcaster used in this court case. This is crazy. Fair use, y'all.
Conference. They throw some trick bag questions at him. They asking him about the Vlad interview, the phone call. How is Wack going to work his way out of it? Will bail be denied? We're going to find all that out. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Let's get to it.
Fair use, y'all.
Your Honor, I believe that we have Mr. Jones. He's prepared to testify, answer any questions that the state may have. I submitted to them the same packet that you have, Your Honor, and they expressed to me they want to make sure under oath that he's not going to benefit from the proceeds in any manner. I don't believe there are any other financial questions. If there is, they won't talk to my attention.
Cash Jones, I see him on. Sir, if you could unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm not muted. Just gonna let me come off camera.
Okay, do you have a camera that you can turn on at this point, or it's not required?
What it says the host says, you cannot start the video because the host has stopped it.
Okay, let's see if we can get that fixed.
I do.
May I please have you state and spell your first time last name for the record?
Cash, C-A-S-H, Jones, J-O-N-E-S.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Arnold, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Jones, what was the amount that you paid for the bail bond premium in this case?
112,000. It was 15% of whatever the 750 was.
Okay, so
112,000 some odd dollars.
$500, is that correct?
112, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you paid that out of your business?
Yes, sir.
And what's your business name, sir?
100 Entertainment.
And you're the sole owner of that business, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that business is a business license to do business in the state of Nevada.
Yes, sir.
And how long have you had that business?
Oh, roughly 8 years, maybe.
And again, you used the proceeds from that business and you provided us with the documents showing that those amounts were taken from your business account. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
How do you know Mr. Davis, sir?
I know him passing. I know his son. I know him. We sat down and talked a few times. In general, about personal things. He was having this bout with cancer. Personal things, industry stuff. Just regular conversation. He's always been a monumental guy in our community. Conversation. So, when I've helped several people in our community, those funerals, for bail, in this situation, I know his cancer has been, I don't know if it's come out of remission. Or been speaking with his son, I know he's having an issue in there, so I'll let that come in.
We appreciate that, sir. Sir, are you deriving any benefit financially from Mr. Davis's or I have no further questions, John.
State constellation.
Yes, you need to stand up on him because Eugene, that's my bird. Sir, you're in the entertainment business, is that right?
That's one of my businesses, yes.
And you also go by the moniker WACK100?
Yes, I do.
And one of the things that you do is manage some artists like The Game and Blueface, etc.
Yes.
And where do you live?
I have a residence in California. I have multiple residence in California, Oklahoma, as well as New Jersey, New York.
Okay. And is it fair to say that the last 4 digits of your phone number are 697?
6979.
All right, I want to turn your attention. We were provided a letter by Mr. Arnold that said that you had known Mr. Davis and his family for many years. Is that right?
I mean, they're covered by community, especially urban community.
Well, I think let me clarify. You said I have been a good friend of Mr. Davis and his family for many years. Is that right?
Well, I know his sister. I know him and his son.
When did you first meet Mr. Davis?
Oh, in passing, maybe about, I don't know, 8 years ago, maybe.
When did you become good friends with Mr. Davis?
Good friends with a lot of people.
I'm sorry, when did you become good friends with Mr. Davis?
The day I met him, the day we shook hands. We come from our upbringing, we come from the opposite sides of the track. So, in my travels over the last 25 years, coming from the gang life and making my exit from being a gang banger, anybody that I meet that's willing to sit down with me and be cordial and be respectful, I'm going to consider a good friend.
All right, and so the other thing you say in the letter that Mr. Arnold provided to us is that the money is a gift and Mr. Davis is not obligated to repay. Is that right?
That's right.
All right. Do you have any contract between you and Mr. Davis?
Not as a gang.
Okay. Do you have any financial agreement with Mr. Davis?
Not as a gang.
Do you have any financial agreement with his son?
No. I want him to come work for me. That's what we want to do, try to get him out the streets.
Now, so are there any stipulations that you have with Mr. Davis in order to put up this money for him?
Well, my stipulation would be, bail bond, but I definitely wanted to be on house arrest to protect myself.
Now, have you ever said you were thinking about getting Mr. Davis out with the stipulation that you do a series with him?
We've had talks and conversations just about what would be a series, as the DMF series, and just in question, in general conversation, talking about his life story. But I'm not in TV land, I'm in music. I don't do TV. That's a television show or any of that. I do music streaming, actors, stuff like that.
Okay, so I just want to be very clear about this. Have you ever stated that you plan on getting Mr. Davis out as long as he did a stipulation with you to do a television series with you?
So I said this story would be a very interesting story. As if Orlando Anderson's story would be a very interesting story. As if the BMS story, as if my story. We talk about it, everybody talks about it, but again, that's not my lane. That's what we choose to do. And that's what we choose to do. That's not what I do.
And you had mentioned earlier, you had agreed with me earlier that the last 4 digits of your phone number were 6979, correct?
6979, yes.
And you've had at least one conversation with Mr. Davis via jail calls, is that correct?
One call, yes, I spoke with him one time.
And as part of that time, you asked Mr. Davis whether or not he had signed the contract, is that right?
Yes, I did.
What contract was it?
His life rights contract. Somebody told me he had a life rights deal, and I was asking him why did they come consistent.
And so you didn't ask him to send you his waiver of his life rights to you, have you?
No, I mean, at the end of the day, again, that's not my lane. That's not what I do. I do music.
And I'm gonna have to play some exhibits later, Your Honor, but in terms of if someone were to say that this money put up is not entirely for you, would that be the truth or a lie?
Say it again.
If someone were to say that the money provided here to bail Mr. Davis out is not from you, would that be the truth or a lie?
Be a lie.
Okay. If someone,
Say the money that I'm saying.
yeah.
Say I'm not going to find the fund.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be a lie.
If someone said you are being used as a front, would that be the truth or a lie?
That would be a lie.
If someone says you are a middleman in this transaction, would that be the truth or a lie?
That would be a lie.
If somebody said that there's a movie company putting up the money for you, would that be the truth or a lie?
What company?
A movie company.
No, that would be a lie.
Okay. So your testimony is you're not
I'm not what?
a middleman.
No, I have no contracts with any movie companies. I've never had a contract with a movie company. I've never done television. It's not my thing. I'm actually moving out of entertainment into the acting business. I have a company called the Club of Actors. I have contracts in Congo, Nigeria, Amazon, Walmart, and Fulton. So I'm really moving away from entertainment. These are things that I can provide documents, MOUs, contracts for.
No, and I appreciate that, Mr. Jones. Your Honor, I think I'm going to have, I don't know how mechanically we want to do this. I have a video featuring Mr. Jones talking about the stipulations that he was required. Yes. And then I also have a couple of jail calls talking about signing a contract with Mr.
Just play them, and then they will play it from your computer, and they will play through the speakers.
I think for this one, in particular, it's going to be
Live TV review.
yeah. So you agree that you did a live TV, is that right?
I work with that. I'm contracted to go to that. I go there like 72 months.
In fact, you did one about a month ago, is that right?
1 or 2 months, something like that.
Okay. And I think Mr. Arnold,
About 2-3 months, 2-3 months ago.
I think Mr. Arnold will stipulate that the person convicted as WACK100 is Mr. Jones.
Okay. All right, so I think we have foundation for the Vlad interview for 21. You may pay it.
His lawyer did an interview recently and said, Keefe is a liar. He made up all this stuff just to make some money for people like, me for interviews and to get out of a serious drug case. He was never in Las Vegas. All this is fake. And he's not connected to Tupac's murder at all. Yeah, I believe him. You believe him? Do I believe him? That's up to law enforcement. That's all I'm going to say. That's up to law enforcement. You go home with the next one. I can keep up on that. You don't feel like KPD. I'm so satisfied. What is $1 million? Well, I guess 750. 750, so you got to put $25,000. Think about going and getting doing games. I'm telling stipulations that I do the series of people watching. Yeah.
Mr. Jones, did you hear that interview? Yeah, and it's fair to say that. Wait, sir. You can answer my questions. I'm sure there's some article that's questions for you. You can answer them. So it's fair to say that you said you would bail Mr. Davis out as long as he follows some stipulations, correct?
Just entertaining.
Sir, my question requires, my question simply requires a yes or no answer. Did you tell, or did you say that you would bail out Mr. Davis assuming he follows some stipulations?
We're glad, me and Black discussed that. That's what I'm saying. We discussed what we're going to do before we interview. Everybody knows about that.
And in fact, you said that you would bail him out in return for an agreement to do a series on Mr. Davis' life, correct?
That's what I said to Brad, but EPB is already involved with somebody. With that, I believe with his book, I have no contracts with him, no dealings with him on that.
Okay, so if you're saying what you said there, it's not true.
We have, before you go on Brad, we have a discussion about what you're going to talk about, what needs to be said, so we can drive reviews. Nothing about Vlad or nothing about YouTube that says that we're being truthful about what we're saying. We're entertaining. I'm just, being truthful, which I do a lot of interviews. I do interviews every week on No Jumper, and we sit there and we BS about things, exaggerate things, or make up things. It's a view thing. They pay you for that.
Okay, so you are exaggerating or not telling the truth when you're on Vlad TV.
I mean, you see the number I gave wasn't accurate. Probably, that's what the conversation was. I would have gave you an accurate number. That's what it was.
All right, Your Honor, at this point, I would like to publish a jail call between Mr. Davis and Mr. Jones.
Oh, excuse me. My last score is 6979. He's never called me direct. Somebody's always called me for him.
So we believe your last score is 697, correct?
Don't know. For 3, what are we saying? And my last 3 is 979.
Yes, I would agree with that. I'm going to publish a call between Mr. Davis and Mr. Jones.
What up, man? Because they think that and we're not tired of you got to remember the shit that you want for the rest of your life. You have to really do. And the life is this, that's why I don't want better. So, let me tie in very quickly and, attach the right name to it. And then, at the end of the day, you got to move it, which is pretty much my guy. Started with, keeping script form is that time stacked up. I'm going to start the first team. That first team done.
Mr. Jones, do you remember the conversation that you had with Mr. Davis by telephone?
Yes, I do.
And can you tell us in regards to the conversation generally, what were you all discussing?
Well, the father was having a troubling time being older than wife. And unless they had a call, we can go to the house arrest. They wasn't moving. I also had discussed with DVD if I can get read his book, right? And that upon him coming home, he comes home, we can go over his book and some things that could be done and little things. At the time, everybody has to realize is that I wasn't given any instructions on I can have an open conversation with him. Open conversation is open conversation. Something that hasn't been done is something that hasn't been done.
Okay. In that jail phone call, it talks about something about a contract. Did you and TPD have any contract?
So, what it was TPD had a vehicle, a very long vehicle, that I was trying to get to, and it's on the East Coast. It was some tire problems. I found the owner of the vehicle. That guy told me what I needed to do if I wanted to obtain this vehicle. So our conversation is all over the place in there. At the end of the day, I don't do television. If it's something that I may look into one day, I have orders to have history. But as of today, right now, as we sit, I have no contract with him. I have no television deal with any network. I'm a business guy, so of course it was a thought, but a thought versus being with the legitimate businesses, two different things.
Do you have anything in writing that states that you will derive any benefit from QPD's release and his story?
No, I don't.
It sounds like eventually you and QPD may sit down and have a conversation. Was that the intent of that discussion?
That's exactly what it is. I've been planting seeds. It took 10 years ago. But positioning yourself for the near future, that's how I conduct my business. What it is today, there's no business today.
Right. And then in regards to the conversation that you had with Vlad, who's Vlad?
Vlad is a podcast guy. He's a blogger. Bloggers. I blog every week. I blog every Thursday on Little Jumper. And it's a shame that the world takes what we blog about as if it's real. Like it's things that go about me on the internet, down to fights. That's not me fighting, they say it's me. So, at the end of the day, it's astounding to me that I blog to be admitted for when it's just that it's entertaining.
I think the purpose of them introducing it into evidence was that the statement in regards to stipulations, if he was to receive $75,000, which was not the bail amount, what were those stipulations? Prior to your interview with Wack, did you have any stipulations that you had entered into with Mr. Davis?
I haven't even talked to Mr. Davis. So again, it was just a blog and interview that I hadn't spoken to him since he had been arrested. So it was just me talking. he asked the question, I built on the question. You gotta sit there 2-3 hours, you stretch your conversation, you say whatever you gotta do to keep it back and forth going. That's what it is, no more, no less. And at the end of the day, maybe people should start telling us you're under oath, why be thinking about to say, because before we go in the room, they say, hey, let's go in here for the show. And that's what we do.
One last question. I believe it was in the Vlad interview, and additionally, you may mention it today. You become aware of Mr. Davis signing some life rights away in regards to his story.
Individuals told me, I don't know if it's true or not. Somebody told me, I guess, where you get the book with. I believe the book's been published for, I don't know, 3 to 5 years. I couldn't get it. I had anything to do with it, but they told me maybe whoever had something to do with the book had something to do with it. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it.
So you haven't seen any documentation in regards to Mr. Davis signing his life rights away, but you were made aware of that prior to going ahead and giving up this bail money. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And again, you're giving up this bail money in a hope that maybe you can have a sit-down conversation with him and discuss a series or something like this.
When it's all said and done, because the outcome of the situation is really what's going to be dictate. You know what I mean? I believe Mr. Davis is innocent, but the outcome of the situation shows something any different. And then he's confined, and he is guilty of what they say guilty of. Then it changes the whole scenario. But if the man is innocent, then you don't apply that. And at that point in time, there's no stipulation to it.
So when you say the outcome of the situation, if you had any deal with Mr. Davis, this would be a deal that would be done after the completion of the trial.
It would have to be. You couldn't go the other way. You couldn't go the other way because if he's guilty, then it's like he's going to be looked upon a certain way. If he's innocent, as I think he is, I know him to be, understanding the case, and he'll be looked at a total different way. And then he deserves it, like to have somebody who will do some things for him.
I have no further questions.
I'm just really confused. What is this contract for? Obviously, there's a contract that you guys are talking about. Obviously, there's a contract based not only on your blood interview, but based on the jail call. So what is the contract for?
What contract are you referring to?
The contract that you're talking about.
2 or 3 months ago, I hadn't even spoken to Mr. Davis.
Okay, so what is the contract that you and Mr. Davis are talking about? What's it for?
The possibility of, upon his completion of the trial, right? And yeah, we can talk about doing some television or doing something like that, but you know, as a guest right now, there's no business, there's no nothing. You know, I don't know if be guilty. I'm innocent. I don't know if be guilty. I mean, the people that we know that committed this crime are no longer with us. You know, I come from that. So at the end of the day, I just think he has a better shot of presenting himself, walking into the courtroom in a suit and tie and being healthy. The man has 60 years old, and you know, I know this to be true. So, you know, that's just really my disposition. If he was come out innocent, like everybody else that came out innocent and did something after the fact, so at that point in time, he's not under any stipulations. But what happened? But at this present time, you know, I guess you could say, you know, maybe I got faith in this thing. I got faith in the man. You know, I've been in these courtrooms before, bailing out other people. It's not the first time I posted bail, but somebody out in the out of court or the out court before.
All right. Nothing further. Steve, did you, or Mr. Arnold, is there anything else you wanted to present?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Jones, you can, if you want, you can stay on and see what happens, but you're not under oath anymore. You don't need to answer any more questions. stage if you want to present any more evidence.
Yes, Your Honor, we have a reported jail visit between the defendant and Ms. Clemens, where I asked Mr. Jones whether or not he was a middleman or a fraud, somebody else putting up the money for him. And in that visit, precisely what Mr. Davis says is that Mr. Jones.
All right, y'all, there you go. Like I said.
Hey, that's a lot, man. Sheesh, man. Hey, man, I don't wish jail or death on nobody. You know what I mean? So, you know how I feel about Pac and the Outlaw, so I'm gonna keep my personal feelings, you know, keep it neutral. You know what I mean? But y'all tell me how y'all feel up in the comments, man. You know what I mean? Did WACK100 come and save the day, or is it a play? Y'all tell me, man. Get in them comments, hit the likes and the subscribes on the way. Ease out. Yuck my TV, subscribe to your gizzard. Bye-bye now.